Hello everybody, welcome back. My last YouTube video got 6 views I think, and I was only shooting for 4, so I'm really just doing this for my own stuff. But if you're watching out there, make sure you hit a like button. Alright, let's go through it. Let's get right into it. This is the wall of tomatoes. So right here in the front of my house, I've got, I think, 6 tomato plants in a trellis, and they're just heaping. So I've got a mortgage lifter variety with one big tomato starting on there, and it's got some cat facing, so I hope it ends up being a big one. Let's get you a good shot of it without breaking it off. Trying for a big mortgage lifter tomato. This is my genetic experiment. This is going to be my own variety of cherry tomatoes based off the Sweet 100 variety, and then just kind of naturalized to my environment. But I got tomatoes hanging from everywhere. Tons of flowers, tons of tomatoes. My Jimmy Nardello's starting to turn red. So many potatoes there, or tomatoes, peppers that they're hitting the ground. Same thing with the shishitos. This thing is so loaded down that the whole plant is leaning over. So I need to come out here and harvest some peppers. Let's go through. Strawberry plant's doing very good, and I'm potting up the runners. You can see I got a little runner with a fabric staple in a 3-inch pot. And what I do, I just come out here and I check to see, are the roots coming out the bottom? Because as soon as the roots are coming out the bottom on these little runners, I'm going to transplant them into my green stock. So basically, tomatoes, peppers, herbs, and stuff up here. I've got an elephant ear that I planted. Basil, rosemary. Over here I've got a bunch of seedlings. These are going to be zucchinis. In case any of those suckers get pest damage real bad, I'll be able to replace them. And then summer squash, same deal. This is my little tomato garden, the late season. These are all determinate bush varieties of tomatoes, so we're hoping to get a kind of a later season harvest. Planted them from seed just a couple weeks ago. Glad to see they're doing pretty good. This is my pepper bed. I filled this bed with just native clay and then planted the peppers into it. They're growing really slow, but they seem like they're taking off now, so maybe I'm going to get some more peppers off here. But underneath the understory of the peppers, we planted rows of stuff just last week. We planted a couple weeks ago, 6-4. Planted some Swiss chard, but it appears that we might be getting eaten by slugs and stuff because there's just not as many plants as there were. The beets, they're coming in. Kohlrabi coming in. A couple kohlrabis in there. It's hard to see with the weeds. And a row of carrots. But I think I'm getting chewed up by slugs or something because my seedlings are just kind of falling off. Let's go over to the squash garden where I'm not getting like any squash off these plants. I keep getting these kinds of things. And I guess it's due to poor pollination, but also it's just not putting off the amount of female flowers that I need. So something's up here. I think I might have fed them too much nitrogen. But what is working out swimmingly is the China Jade cucumbers. You can see one hanging there, a littler one hanging behind it. We got some hanging from up top here. That's a little baby one. Before I pulled one off here, this was looking really nice because they're just growing up this tree, and I got cucumbers that are reaching up to grab onto that tree. Okay, the final things on this video are going to be the grape and the south garden over here, but I need to turn that air conditioner off. So I'll be right back after I turn that air conditioner off. But let's look at the grape. Basking in the sunshine, the little grape that could. I'm so excited about this. No competition. Oh, and my morning glory. It's finally found the post and it's growing up the post. So that's good. Okay, you know what? Before we move on, let's talk about these little insects that I captured. He found his new leaf. So I believe these are going to be cucumber beetles at their larval stage. And what I did is I found some eggs on my plants and I left the eggs on the leaf. I took that leaf in a glass of water, took it inside and I hatched it. Now every day I bring them a new leaf and you can see this one's chewed up. They've eaten it. It's just like paper. The last part of it is left down here at the end. But I fed them a new leaf today and you can see one of the little guys has already found it. So this leaf, this new leaf, is going to look Raggedy Ann like this one. Within 24 hours, these little larvae are going to eat it. And I believe these are the larvae of the cucumber beetle, but I'm doing this for science, just learning all about them. Okay, I'm going to go turn off that air conditioner and then we'll go get a quick shot of the south garden. Okay, we're back. I had to kill that air conditioner. But before we move over there to where the air conditioner is, let's update you on my green stalk real quick. So, I've got cucumbers, beans, little tomato plants all through here. And so you can see these are little tomato plants. And then I've got one strawberry that I potted up from one of my runners. The plan for this is to just go crazy with it this year, as keep every hole planted and try to get some harvest out of it this year. But it's going to transition into just a strawberry tower. I'm going to plant all strawberries in it, but for now it's going to be chaos this year as I plant my vertical planter, the green stalk. And you can see it's right next to my berries. So some of my berries are starting to come in. Ooh, I got one. That one's ready right there. I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah. And we've got them suckers just hanging off the wall. Bunch of berries coming in. Yeah, there's a lot of them that are ready now. Got to come out here and pick. Okay, then let's go keep going down the wall here. The berry wall. And we get to tomatoes. More tomatoes. These ones are just more part of the genetic experiment that I'm doing. These are my son's cherry tomato variety. And what I'm doing is just pulling them over the wall, because I want them to come and hang down this wall. All these come and hang down this wall. That way picking's real easy. Now up there behind the tomatoes, I've got a bunch of cucumber plants that are sprawling. I'm letting them sprawl in a sunflower that got knocked over and stood itself back up. So a bunch of cucumbers, even a summer squash back there. Kind of an experiment garden over here. The weed that I'm waiting on flowering is not flowering yet. What are you? This is some sort of plantain. There's just a big specimen of it, so I let it be. I've read somewhere there's like medicinal properties on this, so I don't know what it is. If anybody knows in the comment section, let me know. Over here, I've got an experimental bed of squash plants just to see what they do in my native soil. These are summer squash, and they're not doing so hot in my native soil as expected. There's my bed of squash just heaping over, and here's these guys I just plugged in. They look good, but they're not as big as the others. Watch, they're gonna flower first, and I'll be excited though. They're gonna fruit first. Random pepper plant that I stuck in the woods. I don't know what it is. Also behind there, you can see some Swiss chard up there in the woods. My idea is to plant a lot of my random plants up there, up into the woods. I want to take this area over. Now, the air conditioner is finally off. Let's go over to the south garden real quick. Here's my potting table. I gotta clean it up. I did some seed blocking the other day, soil blocking yesterday. Okay, here is the south garden. We've got rows of stuff coming up. I don't know how this is gonna do because this is a brand new raised bed. But I've got rows of beets, kohlrabi, turnips in here. So we'll see how it goes. Just to keep you guys updated. And myself updated. As I said, this is just for me really. But it's been really cool to look back on the garden. It's crazy how much can change in just a week. And I'm learning a lot just from looking at my own videos. So if there's anything you want to see, like my worm garden, or me turning the compost pile, anything that you're interested in about gardening in general, just leave a comment in the comment section. I have a very small following. I'm up to 22 subscribers. My last video got 6 views. So like, subscribe, comment, share, all that stuff. And maybe we can create a little bit of a community here. Otherwise, it's just for me, and that's fine too. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye.